Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. It's 2017 and that still didn't get through my head because I've called it 2016 for the past 3 days now. But welcome, it's the new year, new General Hospital, not new General Hospital, totally same General Hospital, but let's get right to it. So at the New Year's Eve party, well I guess just the New Year's party now, Dante and Lulu are enjoying the party and taking a selfie, and then Charlotte pretty much immediately gets brought up because why not? So Lulu's worried about how much Charlotte has bonded to Nina, and Charlotte hasn't bonded with her, and why would she? Like, she doesn't know who she is, and they both see how Nina sees herself as like Charlotte's mother figure, and Lulu tells Dante what Nina said to her before the wedding, which goes over just as well as you think it did. So he tells her to stay away from Nina, and she's like, we're in the same circles. Like, how's that gonna work? It's really gonna have to it's really gonna be work to make it work, basically. And he's like, look, Nina's an outsider. Well, they're both like, Nina's an outsider. She won't matter, y'all. So then, also there, Sam is annoyed that she can't get in touch with Alexis, and Jason says they should go check on her. So they head off to do that. At the Metro Court, in like one of the rooms, honeymoon, it was like a normal room, but Valentina and Nina got a room for their honeymoon, and I had like totally forgotten they got married there for a hot second. I must have blocked it out. So here's how Nina sees it. So we get some insight into the enigma that is Nina. So, Lulu's the one fighting and won't share. So she deserves to lose. And, that Lulu, she wants Charlotte all to herself. And, like, really? Like, I can't. Like, I really can't. Like, a part of me is like, look, Lulu's best friends with Maxie, so Nina, you would probably still get to see her and be involved in some capacity in her life, but like, not like this. And it's just, anyway, I don't have time for this aggravation in 2017. So then Nina sees a gun in Valentine's jacket when he goes to take a shower, and she's bothered. Why wouldn't you be? And she asks him about the gun, and he says he's licensed and it's legal, but she doesn't like guns, and he says that sometimes they're a necessity because he hasn't lived a guiltless life, and she's alarmed. And I'm like, now you're alarmed? Now? Like, after everyone was trying to ring the bells for you? Doesn't work like that. So he says he won't allow her or Charlotte to be harmed. So I guess that makes up for not telling her you've had a gun the whole time, and that seems to do it. I can't. So at Alexis's place, because pretty much that's what it is, Alexis is passed out on the couch with an empty bottle of what I believe is vodka next to her, and Sam calls, and she doesn't pick up because she's passed out. So Julian tries to wake Alexis up, and before you know it, Sam and Jason are at the door. So after Julian goes and hides in a corner, Alexis opens the door, and Sam insists on talking right now. She needs to talk, and they tell her that she has to be careful, but before they can really get into that, Sam asks her if she's been drinking. And she has. So she says, yes, it's New Year's, and I've had a really bad year, so I like drink. I got hammered. Da, 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 da. And Sam's like, okay, but it's like still super tense, So they ask about Winston, and she says that, after being reminded who he is, that, he wanted to talk to Julian, but, obviously he wasn't here, and she's really too annoyed to remember anything specific about the conversation. So Jason says he's been having him followed and they're gonna leave, but, call immediately if he comes back, because, he's bad news. So Alexis is furious at Julian and leaves, and Julian calls Rudge and texts him, and then, he texts him that his son-in-law and daughter are suspicious, and the text back is, we know. So, that's not ominous at all, right? Back at the New Year's Eve party, Dante and Lulu head off and run into Valentina and Nina, and they have news. And I was like, I can wait. I literally can wait. I don't need to be rushed for this. So then Sam and Jason also arrive back at the party, and they talk about Julian and Alexis. So at Jean's Roadhouse, which is like basically we live there now, Alexis is having a drink and the bartender mentions the last time she was there and she says, I haven't been here since November. And he's like, no, on December 21st you stiffed me. And she's like, and I'm like, and we're like, basically. So at Elizabeth's place, Franco comes over and Elizabeth asks if the knife was his. And he's like, yeah, Tom Baker must have took the knife with him when he ran out. And he knows the police will think he's involved because obviously his fingerprints are on the knife and his DNA because it's his knife. So he goes on to say that he doesn't care about his defense. He only cares what she thinks, which I care about your defense a little more. I mean, seriously. So she doesn't know what to believe. He says he's not the guy that would kill someone anymore. He had a life-altering experience, and he tells her about the dreams and the visions he had, and that he loves her, and then they talk about that, and he's convinced that he's going to be convicted of Tom's murder, and he thinks it's ironic, so they won't have time, and she seems genuinely sad about that. And then he said the line, back in the day, like last week, and I was like, that is the best line I've heard all year, and it is 3 days into the year, so yeah, is it gonna get better than that? I don't know. Anyway, I like stuff like that, because I basically say that. I'm like, oh, back in the day, you know, in 2011. Back in the day. Anyway, at Sunny's, Carly and Sunny start to reconnect, but she pulls back. Sam's words were really getting through to her, but then she gets back into her own head. But then they wind up reconnecting, and they talk about the family, and just kind of, not like in a serious way. It's like, she's like, oh, well, you have, or something about whose side everyone's on, but it's not as, like, mean as it sounds. And then she's like, oh, well, you have Nell on your side, haha. And he's like, yeah, we got to talk. So she stops him, you know, they're here now, and that's all that matters. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, no, a little bit more matters. And now end scene. So Valentine and Nina inform Dante and Lulu that they're married. Ah, isn't that lovely? And Lulu says he tricked Nina, and Nina's like, I'm insulted. I asked him to marry me. And I'm like, sweetie, that doesn't mean like, that doesn't exonerate him of tricking you or anything, you know? Nina trickery, right, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay, or Valentine trickery. I don't know, trickery. So Jason and Sam try to piece the puzzle together and conclude that Alexis' story doesn't make sense. Rudge tells Julian that they're taking care of it, and he asks what that means. What could it mean? I don't know. Franco doesn't want this to be the end for him and Elizabeth, and I don't think it will be. And Alexis starts to remember the 21st, something we didn't see. And she was, like, playing with the little tree he had on the bar, and then Tom Baker came in, and I'm like, what? Oh my goodness, what are they, what? Say what now? What now? Oh my goodness, I haven't said that in forever. Bring that back, 2017. Thank you so much for watching today's recap. If you don't know about the Guess the Date game that I'm doing this year, basically, I have suggestions down in the comments of guesses that you could do for what's going to happen throughout the year. For an example, I had that Maxie and Nathan's wedding would happen today. Wrong. I was wrong. So, you know, that only took 3 days. But I haven't been wrong for the past 24 years. So, you know, you take some, you lose some. And then also for tomorrow, we have a prediction that Dylan will come back. Either tomorrow or Thursday. Or that Nathan and Maxie's wedding will happen Friday. Which I wish, but doesn't look promising. But so I have a lot of different examples you can get as vague or specific as you want with certain characters. So, you know, leave those down in the comments because I think this will be super fun to do this year. And there's no prize or anything, just a round of applause if you're close. But in any event, thank you so much for joining us this year. And I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!